Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Week 3 edition of the Johnny Vegas Show. We got a lot of great games today, so let's not dawdle. Here am I. Picks. We're going to start off with one of the most storied rivalries in the entire BPFFL, and that is the Slaughterhouse versus the Terror. Now, normally I get very excited over rivalry games, but this time, not so much. The reason being is the Slaughterhouse has no running game this week. Seriously, he does not have a single person who runs a football whose leg isn't some form of broken. And when we're talking about the Terror, we're talking about RG3 at Detroit and Adrian Peterson at Cleveland. Do I really need to spell this one out for you? Terror by 11. Moving on, we're going to have a battle of the best in Snakeopus versus the Roughnecks. Now, I've been very high on the Roughnecks this year, and I'm not going to back down now. Why? Because they have a wonderful player by the name of Aaron Rodgers. He's a quarterback, kids, and the best thing about Aaron Rodgers is he averages 22.5 points a game. That's a lot, especially when you have a talented team. Sadly for Snakeopus, their best player who gives them the most points is a kicker by the name of Dan Bailey. Say it with me. Dan Bailey. Aaron Rodgers. Roughnecks by 9. In the middle of the card, we have a very interesting conundrum. It's the battle of first versus worst, the Senators versus the Hangmen. Now keep in mind, the Hangmen benefit from Peyton Manning. However, he is going to be playing Monday night at Oakland. And something between you, me, and my low-life degenerate gambling friends tells me that something bad is going to happen in Oakland that night. And sadly, Peyton is the team. I'm telling you, this is a pick right for upset. But I'm 3-7, so I don't give a rat's ass. Senators by 10! Moving on, we have the Vandals versus the Thunder in a hot division battle. Normally I think of hot battles and I think of Foxy boxing, Jello wrestling, Senate hearings. I'm a dirty, dirty little puppet. Now, I gotta give credit where credit is due in this one. The Vandals are 2-0 versus the division. And can somebody show me, show of hands, out there, another team in the league that has that? Oh wait, there isn't one. Just him. However, I've got to be a fan of the individual matchups for each of the players on the Thunder. If you look at it statistically, which I do a lot of, these peepers on my eyes aren't just for me looking good. It has to do with the fact that I like the matchups player for player more than I like the players themselves. Cockamamie, I know. But I'm taking the Thunder by 14 points. And finally, we're going to finish up with a match I like to call the Dirty Bowl. The A-Holes versus the Extractors. Due to a recent letter I received from the FCC, I really can't go into too many details about this matchup. So I'm going to keep it very, very brief. I'm going to take the Extractors in this matchup by 2. I know I said it wouldn't be dirty, but hear me out. There's a reason I'm going for the number 2. The A-Holes are not minding their P's and Q's this week. And by that, I mean that they have a lot of probables and questionables on their team. Injury-ridden, not a good sign when you want to dominate. And the Extractors, on the other hand, only have one injured player in Mr. Steven Jackson. Everybody else is very healthy, very right-minded, and I think that will be the difference. Extractors by 2. Well, that's this week's picks for the week. I am very glad to be here this week. And stay tuned next week, where I'm going to try to introduce a new guest host. Needless to say, this is the most popular puppet internet sports show of all time. So I'm starting to get some attention. Next week, I'm going to interview a potential new co-host. Until then, I'm Johnny Vegas. Whee!
Patient screamed disturbingly, performed removal of vocal cords.
Who wanted a large sausage?
2 minutes.